We're looking at him right now.
Great. Perfect. Okay.
Half your face once again. Welcome back, guys. It's just me and half of Brent's face.
Oh, wait. I can't. I just winked. It looks like I just closed my eyes. All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is Solo Queue Hero Tournament number...
This is Ryerson. This is not a number. This is their
Ryerson.
first. It's their first land.
This is number 1. This type of tournament has never existed before now because Ryerson bringing the heat in terms of organization of tournaments. Really well done in terms of the gameplay, though. It looks like CooliePhoenix leading the charge in the jungle. Diamond 4 leading his team with a silver, 2 platinums, and a gold. Couldn't find themselves any bronzes, unfortunately.
That would have been really great to see. Just a high-level Jarvan engage followed by, you know, a little wobbly bronze walking behind him in his shadow, you know.
And a Mumu top lane or something
Mumu
like that. I swear to God, guys, it's the best. How do you think I got to number 1 in my division?
All he brought with him was a mouse, a keyboard, and some salt.
That's all you need, man. Okay, so we are gonna go into this one. It's CooliePhoenix taking on the team of, I'm gonna assume, Nightmare.
Yeah, I think that'll be a safe zone. Even unfortunately, he's unranked.
That dude's got 1,700 games though. You think he cares if he's unranked?
Well, they're just
This guy knows the game better than West
just-
Rice, who's been here since beta. 1,700 games. Whew.
That's a nightmare.
That's a lifetime. All right, you got it. That was good.
Looks like we're waiting for the game to start. I really like this layout that Riot's done.
Yeah.
They've polished it up very nicely. I like the spacing in between each box. It's the right amount of spacing, easy on the eyes. Nice dark blue, mixed with a little bit of a dark green, great saturation.
with
there.
the blacks, I mean, black is the new black after all.
But I like the green tint. You see it? It's everywhere, but it's subtle. It's subtle. It's great.
You don't really notice it until somebody like you comes along and points it out.
Play by play on the LoL launcher.
Great that still nobody cares. All right, so we're gonna be hopping back into this one. This format, though, so this is winners finals. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Winners finals. Before I finish that thought, I gotta mention the inventor and victorious participant in his own game of champion league champion solitaire. He was victorious. Mr. Oh wait, we've got Razor at Razor8 still up on that stream there. I don't know if you want to change that. Mr. Lord Simo, which by the way I'm now in the camera. Congratulations, Simo.
Simo. It's from there was a famous sniper. His name was Simo Haya. He just chilled in the mountains for about 3 months and he killed like 500 Germans by himself. They tried to carpet bomb the whole area. They tried sending tanks. They only got him with a carpet bomb. And then when he healed back up, he wanted to get back in, but the war was done.
Yeah. Carpets are dangerous.
That's the
Smother
story.
you.
And he out-sniped other snipers. They sent snipers after a sniper. He sniped the snipers.
Probably, he's probably doing a lot of 360 no scopes. That's how you get the job done, though, you know.
The real-life 360 no scopes.
And if anybody comes close, he just throws a sticky grenade. I know how that goes. All right, so everybody just loading back into this one. You gotta commend the team's spirit here. Everybody having the same icon of a box of Poro.
Yeah, it's very coolie.
Wow. I didn't laugh at all. That wasn't funny at all. Great stuff.
But yeah, great team spirit. Razor and I were talking about earlier how these tournaments really bring people together.
Mm-hmm.
It encourages people to work together and find kind of a common ground to get the job done. It looks like CooliePhoenix is leading his team towards potentially taking the Ryerson title, the solo queue Ryerson title, the first ever, going down in the history books with his team Firefrog, Wimerick, Demonic, Daruma, and Stick Kill.
Yeah. It's going to be a pretty nice battle here, as I think the guy who's running the tournament, OMG I got ganked. First of all, It's very important to note that he is really awful at this game. Second of all, his team actually lost, not surprisingly because he's on it, but he's no longer, or he's in the losers bracket. I don't know if he's been knocked out yet. I assume so, but
we'll see that for sure.
We'll assume. I always feel bad whenever he joins one of these tournaments. I feel so bad for the other 4 guys on his team. You know,
if you were to put him in his own division, what division would you put him in? Would you put him in Diamond 1? Where would you put him? Where would you put him on the?
I put him in Diamond 1.
What rank would you give him?
Maybe
your personal rank.
If somebody was sitting at his computer like they have been, somebody else. Where would I put him? Oh God.
And if you could name the division, like Scion's Shadows, or
well, I'm trying to think of the Olympics here. So in the Olympics they have gold, silver, bronze. What does the guy after that get?
Unranked.
I'd put
he's the nightmare. He's got the 1700
I'd put him in the Nightmare League. That's
the Nightmare League? Nice.
Watch that. I guarantee Nightmare's just going to come out here with just like one champion that existed since beta. He'll play like Poppy or something, like one of the first champions, and he'll be like, he's sitting at his computer right now just like itching his neck like, I only play this champion. It fits the comp. It fits every comp.
I actually think that the captain is the last player, Acrophypother. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing
Acrophypother.
Acrophypother. I think he's actually the highest ranked player. I'm trying to get the map set up here.
All right. Tristana Yasuo Vayne. Quick bans here coming out. Apparently, some of those champions have made it into the... Actually, you have to assume by looking at those, probably it was the 80 carry from Team. I'm gonna call it Team Nightmare. It's just,
Team Nightmare. Team Nightmare. Let's go.
He's already a superstar in my books. Team Nightmare probably was their 80 carry that carried them forward, and the research was done in the short time that they have in between games by Team
Blue.
Coolie.
Yeah. Well, we should. Yes. Coolie. Coolie will be the name of Team Blue.
Well, that's what it is, though.
Yeah,
it's his
Coolie.
team.
Yeah, Coolie.
It's his team. It's like West Side Story. He went out on the streets and said, Yo, Joey. I heard you rank gold 1. See, I need a good mix in my crew. And then that's Firefrog. Firefrog is Joey.
Or you could you're like an addict. What's the comp? What's the comp? I need the comp. I need the comp, man. I need the comp.
And then Nightmare just doesn't give it. He's just the guy. He's the provider.
Yeah.
The provider.
Well, he's got some interesting names on his team. You know, you got Creation Operator. You got a Frozen Cube. Oh, right. They're starting the picks. Might as well start with the picks. We have Braum coming out right away. With Rise in the top lane for that purple side. Oh, wait. Is that Maokai? Wait, what?
It's going to be probably, you have to assume that's going to be a Rise mid or a Maokai jungle. Or it's going to be Nightmare on Rise, and it doesn't matter where he goes.
Or Maokai support on
over.
Nightmare, you know? It's going to be a Nightmare.
You know what, though? Maokai support could be a thing. It could be. Because, bottom lane, it's a little bit more tight, close quarters, I think. Even though you're dealing with range carries and sometimes supports are ranged, Maokai with the reduced range on his Twisted Advance, I feel like, when the clash actually happens, everybody just wants to get closer, and Maokai can just turn that around. Just use the momentum of the other team moving forward in his advantage and get in there, get a nice bind off.
Absolutely, and I think that the Maokai pick here could get to the Anivia. I think that that's definitely one thing that he could do, because the wall is going to come up, but he could Twisted Advance through the wall, or he could Twisted Advance over the wall, whatever you want.
It's under.
It's going to be under?
Yeah.
I always pictured the ground, air, and then the Twisted Advance going through the air. I pictured him flying.
No, man, he goes in the ground. He's a tree. He lives in the ground.
Don't you know his lore? Do you know Maokai's lore?
Not all of it.
It's all the missed skill shots.
Let's talk about this.
All the missed skill shots made Maokai who he is today.
Oh, okay.
He was mad that people kept hitting him. People kept hitting the trees. So now he's fighting back.
Okay.
So that's why I don't know, he's magical, That's why I pictured him flying through the air with his Twisted Advance. The saplings go through the air, so why can't he?
All right. Well, we're gonna have to figure this one out. Let's ask the chat here. What do they think? Where do you guys think Maokai goes? Does he go up, down, or is he just like, does he kind of just disperse himself?
And now they have an Alistar.
Does he go like molecular and he just like goes through things, or like atomic level and he just like finds the gaps and then reforms? And actually, Twitch being hovered over here. Interesting choice. And the picks and bans phase going very quickly here. You gotta commend these teams. They're really pulling it together. And actually, go figure, it is Alistar, a Season 1 champion, that Nightmare is gonna be on here. And it looks like he's gonna be jungling though, so more likely than not, he's probably gonna be Maokai, which is a little bit upsetting to me. What kind of mid lane do you think Purple Team is gonna pick against this comp? I think it's Ryze. You think it's Ryze? Oh, no, I'm wrong. I think it's going to be Ryze topping this. It's going to be Orianna. It's going to be a great wombo combo. You can already see it in the making. Alistar, Pulver, or not. The hover is just a little bit trolling. Great wombo combo again. Nonetheless, Lulu. Yeah, Lulu or Oh, perfect. It's going to be Orianna. I like that. Good stuff. And by the way, I got to point out, Anivia's wall is not going to be able to stop the momentum of anything on this team. Ball goes over the wall. Alistar can get over the wall with his headbutt. Maokai's gonna be going under the wall. It's gonna be a thing, man. I can't see that being too effective. And Anivia actually, surprisingly, making her way into this game. I really don't think Anivia is quite at the level that she needs to be in terms of her patchwork to really contribute to a fully functioning team in the meta that we're in right now. However, we have Fire Frog on Anivia, the North American Froggen prodigy. Oh, yes. On Anivia. Gotcha. He's only missing a few letters from the Froggen, but he's there. Yeah. He's there and he's ready. He's got the icicles. He's got the ice. He's got Braum to back him up. Yep. Keeping it cool with CooliePhoenix. Yep. Even though he's going to be on we see the theme here. We just don't know how it's going to play out. Not everybody commits, though. You got Wukong in there. I mean, yeah, he's trying to. Wukong doesn't even fit. He's a Lone Ranger, man. He doesn't fit into any comp. Like, he fits into comps, but in terms of themes for teams, what's he going to do? You know what I think is going on here? The Gnar ultimate into the Anivia wall. It's going to stun the team. They're going to go in with Gnar. Oh, I gotcha. They're going to stun the team into the Anivia wall. It's going to have to be really good synergy between mid lane and top lane. But I just noticed, I just saw that it was there. It's in plain view. Because last time they had Jarvan on CooliePhoenix, and the Gnar got the ultimate into in the Cataclysm, and he got a 3-man stun. And then the Nexus blew up. There was nothing after that. There was just a Jarvan and the Nexus. Perfect. I actually, one of the tournaments that I casted, it's actually, I can't plug it because it's not an organization that's helping us with our awesome viewing event happening on October 19th, 18th, testing you guys, at 3 in the morning. Okay, then it's the 19th. On October 19th at 3 in the morning, October 19th, testing you guys again. You should be there for October 18th. Yes. And then we will see you on October 19th. Yeah. It's a 2-day affair. Yeah. So they're not helping us out, but I was casting a tournament nonetheless to make my story a lot longer than it needs to be. And they actually, the team that won in the best of 3 finals, the game 1, they pulled out this comp, and I want you to piece this together in your mind. Anivia. Jarvan. Gnar. Support Poppy. Works. Vayne. Think about that. Their comp literally was based around walls. That's it. That's the whole comp. A wall comp. Yeah, it's a wallbow combo. I've heard of the heal squad. I've heard of the shield squad. Yeah. I've heard of the dunk squad. There's the Jax, the Jarvan, the Darius. The spin to win. Too. Yeah, the spin to win. Yeah. But then we have a wall. I've never heard of that. That's incredible. That's poetic. You know what? I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna back. Should we do half of each of our face? No, or just. I'll bet if we made out, it'd fit in the camera. As the room just drops. All right. One thing that I'm surprised to not see is people attempting Fizz here. Fizz is a great solo queue champion.
Of course.
And he's in the meta right now. He's huge in the meta, as is Akali. I'm surprised we're not seeing those champions.
And Fizz is incredibly annoying.
Yeah.
He is so difficult to deal with. One of my friends only plays Ahri, and she hates Fizz. Even though Ahri is a direct counter to Fizz, she hates Fizz. She just can't deal with it. The playful tricksters are too much. Fizz is an incredibly annoying person to deal with, and as is Akali because of so much just cheese. It's just annoying. It's just so cheesy.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree. Actually, I've been playing a lot of Ahri recently as well.
She's back in the meta.
I don't think she ever left. I think she's just been hanging out in the meta. She's just enjoying herself, enjoying her time.
Well, we've seen a lot of play in Worlds, a lot of Ahri. Every now and then come up. At least once in a best of 3, she'll come in and have a good show for sure.
Well, I mean, it's basically like if she just catches somebody, anybody, doesn't matter who. Not to mention her gap closes like half the map.
Yeah.
And then she just pops that charm at the end of it all, and then you're just done. There's no way you're coming out of that one. In fact, who was it? There was a team, or it was season 3. I think it was Zubu Frost. Their mid laner at the time would just play so much Ahri, and then he was just notorious for finding supports, blowing them up before the start of the fight. Would blow everything, Deathfire Grasp, everything, and just blow up the support before the fight started.
And this was season 3?
Season 3.
Season 3?
Zubu Frost.
Well, they didn't make it that far, so I'm guessing the Ahri...
Season 2, I'm sorry.
Oh, the season 2.
Season 2, yeah.
Was Ahri even out in season 2?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't she? She was. She was pretty early. Look at this guy's Simo. He just tried to call me. Frank, I've been listening to what you said. I'm pretty sure this is bullshit. All right. Nice cue.
You know what I like? I like the 2 red trinkets on each side. We haven't seen that yet, or at least I haven't seen that yet. That's a very invade-heavy type idea. But blue side already used their red trinket to clear the ward, defending their red side. But purple side still has the red trinket. They could invade here if they would like to. They do have a ward in that single bush near Dragon. I think Nar's just gonna back off. No invades are gonna. It's just gonna be a standard start for blues for Wukong taking red and Maokai taking blue. So it was Maokai jungle.
Yeah, does work out that way. And he's gonna be starting up with that butcher's knife, or the machete, sorry. And he's gonna be, which I'm sure could work as a butcher's knife. I'm not gonna judge anybody for that.
Can you imagine a tree holding a knife?
Just carves like random hearts and like initials in the middle of them. Has no idea who it is. Just random hearts.
Like his taunt, he just starts tattooing himself in the middle of the lane.
That'd be horrifying.
It's a nightmare. It's
Oh god. All right.
Let's get things rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are into this game. Wukong's got to be careful about the poison ticking there. That was actually pretty horrifying. I've seen way too many Twitches pick up the starting buff away from his jungler, and you gotta assume it's intentional. Scumbag, like Twitch. It's not even the player; it's the character. It's just
it's a little dirty, a little smelly.
Yeah. All right, passive going down here. Uh-oh.
They're gonna get the stun off to Alistar. Tons of damage. Uses Expunge at the very end there. Alistar gonna try to heal that up. Not even level 2 yet, so no heal. I wanted to ask you a question though. I'm not exactly sure how Gnar Rise is gonna go. How do you think that's gonna go? Because I haven't seen Gnar been played at all. I've seen Darien from the X Gambit Gaming squad play a lot of Gnar, and he has a great 60-70% win rate on Gnar.
Yeah.
What do you think the Rise Gnar matchup is going to be like?
I think Gnar has a pretty good potential to just, farm very passively. He can work his way up in CS. I think he can keep up with the Rise. Uh-oh.
Two-man Pulverize going on to Twitch. They're going to focus down Twitch. Exhaust onto Lucian. Twitch is going to get out alive. The stun from Braum zoning out Lucian in the back line there. Tons of damage, but not being able to secure the kill onto Twitch.
Yeah, and you can see, unfortunately, Twitch is a little bit too low. He's got to be aware, and he was very aware of the fact that Lucian could have turned. And speaking of turn, Gnar is going to have to turn tail and run here as he does get locked up. Oh, I don't think Frozen Cube thought he was going to land that snare. Nice little nice little juke back there. But yeah, Twitch, I think, great positioning. Knew that he could have got blasted down there. Wasn't able to do the damage. But he's going to be forced to just wait for his heal to come online here. For the passive heal as well as the heal from the item that's on Braum. But back to that top lane there. I think Gnar, again, he can farm passively. He can keep his way up with Ryze. Ryze is going to be able to exchange from a distance really well. But as soon as Gnar, if Gnar can time out his passive coming online, he's going to exchange extremely well, but he needs to be aggressive.
I think they're going to try to gank Orianna here. The stun does come off.
Wow.
Tons of damage, but they're not going to chase. There's no reason to.
No. Smart play there by Anivia there as well. With that wall, allows for the stun to go off. And I got to say, Firefrog 420, man, like you said, those frogging mechanics.
Jesus Christ, the icicles.
Ignite, no. Super long auto attack range does not go ham. He could have flashed for it.
And he does have heal for the escape if Maokai did choose to have a little bit of a party in the mid lane.
Yeah, and I think it's going to stay that way, as Firefrog, pre-level 6, is not going to be too good. Nightmare, though, dedicating, and...
He has no mana. He's not going to be able to get out. The egg is going to pop. He's going to do tons of damage there. The egg is almost about to pop. He does have heal. He does manage to use it, and he flashes out. The Q does miss. I think he will fall here, but he does get executed. Oh, my God.
Wow. I'm so impressed. All right, really well played there by the Maokai. What a nightmare. Just turns that around, and I didn't expect that. One of the things, though, I think Nightmare could have done a little bit differently there is he could have saved the knockback for when Anivia came out of the egg and at least knocked it, or, you know, if not waited that long, he could have at least knocked it the other way, you know, further away from his own turret. But the flash came up, the heal came out. Really nice bait attempt by Firefrog, but
absolutely
clearly not working out that well in the end.
It would have been worth for the both summoners if Maokai did die to Anivia, but he didn't. And that was I thought that maybe somewhere somehow Anivia at least auto attacked him once, but I guess nothing. I didn't even think about that, and the kill just went to the turret.
Yeah, you know, the Anivia auto attack range is super long, but the animation is very slow. It's like a careless. Here we go in the bottom lane though, trying to stack up that passive.
They're gonna engage onto Alistar. Flash comes out. Stand behind Braum is gonna negate a lot of damage there. But great gank, burning a flash. And woo, Nightmare says hello, part 2, the return of Maokai, and he's gonna get the kill. Get revenge on the turret. Gnar taking tons of damage. He's about to prematurely activate his passive. Lots of plays happening all around the map, actually.
And it's kind of fun to watch how this is all playing out. In the end, though, it's only 2 deaths. And those both are on Anivia. So like I was saying before, I don't think that she quite fits the meta. He's sitting there so frustrated just listening to this. He's like, God, but I usually play so... This ain't solo queue anymore, Firefrog. Time to step it up. Great communication, though, I gotta say, from Maokai and the Anivia. Or, sorry, and the Orianna, sorry. Really well played.
I think Firefrog is a little bit conflicted. Your name has fire.
Yes.
In it, but you're playing Anivia.
Yeah, no, it's...
I think it's really burning him out.
Yeah, not to mention I couldn't fathom a frog being on fire and actually surviving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wonder if Riot will ever release a frog champion.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
No?
No.
Well, they have a rat. They have a horse. Well, part horse.
They have a lot of animals. I'm just making a guess. I have no education behind this. I'm literally just saying it's probably not gonna happen. I don't know what you want me to tell you. All right, stick kill in the bottom lane, by the way. Catching back up in CS as that trade early on kind of set him behind, but I gotta say he's doing a really good job of staying up with Creation Operator, who I think is actually the captain of the team.
I thought it was the mid laner in terms of elo, but I'm not exactly sure who the captain is. Oh, it is the Orianna who is the captain actually.
Okay.
But you're absolutely right. He is doing a pretty decent job in the bot lane. I think that what really helped out Twitch was the gank from Wukong. It really put him just back into his zone, his mind state, a good mind state, and that's how he's keeping up with CS now.
Yeah, and he's actually forcing Lucian. He's got great wave control here. He pushes that wave up and forces Lucian to lose quite a bit as he does go back here, 48 to 55 now. So Lucian, he loses a bit, but he's still keeping up here. Really good job. And in the top lane, you can see Ryze floating around with that Catalyst. Didn't go for an early tier, interestingly enough. Looking to build towards that Rod of Ages very, very early on here. I kind of like it, but you got to go with the math here. Early tier is going to work out better for you. Wukong in the bottom lane, though. Ooh, just a little pokes his head up.
I thought that piercing light was really weird because I thought he was gonna aim it at Wukong, but he just aimed it at a minion, and I was really confused as to where that piercing light was going. But great damage. He's gonna stick around in the bot lane. A little bit of a tussle in the top lane. Here comes the ult. Alistar's flashes down. Exhaust coming out to slow him down. No ult. I don't think he's gonna pop it. It does not pop. They're gonna continue the chase.
Wow.
I think they're gonna dive the Lucian here, but they're gonna back up and get the kill onto Alistar. Great gank from CooliePhoenix, focusing on that bot lane, getting that Twitch to beat a monster.
Yeah, although at the same time, being behind that 14 CS means that, you know, he's still going to be kind of at par. So 10 CS down, Lucian's now going to farm this wave. I'm pretty sure if we take a look at the gold count, Lucian's probably going to be ahead, actually. Oh, no, he's actually behind, surprisingly enough. But he does have a BF sword for himself versus the Cutlass on the other end. For Twitch, again, we see another Twitch here going for that early Blade of the Rune King. And actually, sorry, it's the same Twitch. Yeah, so going for a Blade of the Rune King. He knows the build already. I'm not going to make any more guesses because I'm pretty sure he's just going to go for the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at the map here. Fire Frog now working his way up, down 20 CS and a kill. That's going to be really brutal. And he's going for that Froggen build, though. Lots of mana regen, lots of just flat mana as well. You kind of need it as Anivia. You want to keep that ultimate going for a long time, and you're looking for a long, drawn-out team fight. Don't think she has the team for that. She's got a pretty bursty team, especially with the Twitch in there. But at the very least, she'll make sure that she's not going to run out of mana, which is pretty important as a bird.
Absolutely. I think we see a little bit of a late tier from Ryze. He does manage to build it, but he wasn't really losing his lane to begin with. So the Catalyst, even though giving him extra health and mana, he wasn't like losing a lot of health, he wasn't losing a lot of mana, so the early tier would have just benefited him in the long run. Pulverize backwards headbutt. Here comes Maokai, the flash comes out, reverse stand behind me, ult comes out, freezing the ground, not going to be able to move in their tracks. Ult popped by Twitch, think he might try to get the kill onto Alistar, but it's not going to be Twisted Advance, that's a little bit of a nightmare. Orianna coming down, the ult comes down, they're going to get the kill onto Twitch. Nightmare has to flash out, do something, don't stand around. He does flash.
Oh. Wow.
Here comes Anivia trying to freeze them in their tracks yet again. Doesn't look like freezing seems to be helping in this game for Team Blue.
But Twitch does end up getting away from that one. 20 CS behind right now, but still picks up a kill for himself, and a little bit unfortunate there. Nightmare going a little bit too deep, and then when he turned around, I think he was just relying on his red buff to pick up that kill. One last tick would have done it. Unfortunately, it wasn't there for him. He does get dropped. Let's take a look at the replay, though. So we're going to go head back towards that bottom lane again. We're going to start by looking at Orianna here. Drops a huge shockwave. Maokai, and you can see, pops, but not enough. Flashes into the wall. He didn't need to flash at all. He knew that that last shot was coming. And then, again, I got to say, Firefrog stepping back into that one. Really nicely played. I think, actually, Anivia, he's just mechanically got the champion down pretty well. Like seeing him land the walls, land the stun follow-ups. I know I don't do that very well. That's why I don't play Anivia. So seeing that come out here, I'm actually going to be pretty excited to see how she plays this late game.
Absolutely. There's a little bit of a gank possibly in the top lane, but Gnar knew what was up. He backed up. I wanted to touch a little bit about that Twitch. Since a few patches ago, Twitch has a really, really delayed invisibility. It takes a long time for him to get invisible, and especially if you're taking damage, it takes even longer. It takes about 6 seconds for you to get invisible. Yeah. I don't think that the Maokai ulti hit Twitch in that fight. That's why he was able to get away, but it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a fight in the bot lane. Nothing too serious, but Lucian and Alistar taking a little bit of damage. Wukong just sitting there. He might as well build a village while he's down there, really.
Yeah. So we got the tent set up in the bushes, but yeah, I think take a long time for a single person to build a village. I think he overshot that one.
I think he might as well just leave a decoy there, and then they'll just feel like Wukong is there, but he's not actually there. It's just his decoy.
Could you imagine? That'd be horrifying. You just get to drop decoys like mushrooms all over the map. I would not be impressed with Riot if they did that. Actually, funny thing, you remember what was that game mode? The super fast one? Earth mode, yeah. So back when Earth was available, one of the craziest things was AP Wukong. You would just drop mines everywhere because the cooldown was so short. You'd just be dropping your little Wukong mines, and you would never die. You would just mine. It was crazy. It's a good combo.
Was that when he was first released, or was that when?
No, Earth mode. Just Earth mode.
Oh, Earth mode.
Yeah. It's crazy. Here we go though, building that village. Uh-oh.
Pulverize comes in, but it does get hit, denied by the Braum ulti. They're going to focus their attention to Alistar. The double gat in the back, going to get the back line. Teleport coming in from Rise. They're going to continue the fight onto Maokai. Teleport from Gnar, a little bit late though. Twitch does manage to sneak away there. They're going to get the stun onto Rise. Rise is going to flash out. They're going to continue the dive. Wukong's probably going to fall there. Maokai does pick up that kill. Gnar going to get a huge stun onto Maokai. Braum going to try to get away there. I think he might fall. Yeah.
I'll take it any day. That was a really well played fight by the blue side. They're coming down to that bottom lane. Teleports everywhere. And you got to say, these guys, I'm pretty sure these guys didn't really even know each other before getting into this tournament. Beautiful communication. I assume that Tony's going to be lining that one up for us, because that was a wild, wild ride down in that bottom lane. As Anivia will clear out this wave. Let's take a look at what happened in that fight, because there were teleports everywhere. Starts out a 4v2 and Braum with the gnarly, or sorry, a 3v2 with that gnarly ultimate, and Twitch knows that he's got that poison ticking. I'm pretty sure he's gonna E. Yeah, he gets the E off, gets the kill onto Lucian, and the kill onto Alistar. Nice teleport from Rise, but Gnar right there to follow things up. Maokai takes a beating, knows he needs to get out of this one. Thought he could turn it, actually gets the twisted advance off, picks himself up a kill, but it's not enough as Gnar gets huge, gets the knock against the wall. And I'm actually curious, how does turret aggro switch onto Braum here? Oh, Gnar, you silly guy, just walks out of range. But that's the thing, though. He allows Braum to take way too many tower shots because the communication wasn't there. They're not used to making those plays. He could have just stood right on max range of turret, chilled out for 2 more tower shots, and allowed his Braum to get out.
Absolutely. I really want to touch on the Twitch, though. That Twitch played the positioning perfectly. Like you said, he knew that the poison was ticking. He turned on his invisibility at a perfect time. Just when Rise came in, Twitch was already invisible. And he saved his ult, so he couldn't be focused in the back line. And he just sprayed and prayed that Rise down. And it was just great choice of when to use abilities, and his positioning was great, too. That Twitch just played that fight very well.
Very good stuff there. And they might be trying to transfer this lead, this 100 gold lead, into a dragon attempt. Really tight game right now. A lot of that coming from the fact that Twitch has 5 kills. If they can burst him down, I think this is going to be over. I think Red Side's going to be able to walk away with this one. Dragon's super low right now. Here we go.
Looking for a wombo combo. Maokai goes in a little bit too early. His team's coming up. The huge knockup from Braum. Not going to be enough to push away the enemy team. Here comes Anivia looking for a part of a cleanup. Double gap coming out. Not going to be anything from that, really. And I think they might try to secure the dragon here. Both teleports are down. And actually, both teams are just going to back off. I think that was... We're going to see that again.
Alright, so into the replay here. Starts out, like you said, it's Lucian. He's going to be popping his ultimate from behind. Tries to find some damage, but meanwhile, Maokai... Or actually, it doesn't pop the ult yet, but Maokai gets knocked up. Beautiful shockwave onto 2 champions. That's really the turning point here. Braum, amazing ultimate, but even better ultimate from Orianna. Anivia, really late to the party here. Looking great with that skin, but just not going to cut it. Throws at the stun and pops right before all 4 champions on that team. And sorry, it's Lucian actually pops his ult at the end of the fight. I thought it was the start, but walks away from that one. Clean, simple, really nice stuff. And nice wall from Anivia. Really wants that pink ward. Not going to get it, though. Alistar's there to follow up as well.
So far, the team fights have not been really going in favor of blue side. Maokai's been doing a great job of keeping some of the enemy players down. But look at the Twitch, though. 5-0, 25 CS down. Twitch is huge. Twitch is massive right now. He hasn't died a single time, but anybody who gets that shutdown gold is really just going to snowball themselves out of control.
Yeah. And there we go. Finally, the pink ward going down and replaced with a green ward of their own. I definitely agree, though. As soon as Twitch is shut down, and the problem for him is that he's still not keeping up in CS. So he's only ahead of 1,000 gold. And 18 minutes into the game, that's a massive lead in a single lane. But still, only ahead of 1,000 gold because he's down 30 CS. That is not a good place to be. And in fact, Purple Side still walking around here with the lead. They're down a turret. No dragon to their name. Where is that coming from? It looks like Orianna with a pretty sizable lead here. They're 6-6. No shutdown gold anywhere, but it's looking pretty crazy here. I can't really figure this one out. Jungle, though, you got a nice 1,000 gold lead there for Maokai. Top lane, Gnar taking the lead in that one. But yeah, mid lane, 1,000 gold lead for Orianna. And that's going to be horrifying, especially in a team fight.
I think Blue wants to siege here. Unfortunately, they don't have a really impressive siege comp. It's going to be a while before they get into the turret range. They need to poke down the enemy team a little bit, but they don't really. Anivia has to be poking in the front line. Lucian is going to split in the bot lane. If purple team can, if blue team is the one that actually needs to engage here, because Lucian is alone farming in the bot lane. Gnar is incredibly tanky now. We saw him last game. He played magnificent, really, and it looks like this time, instead of he's itemizing for that brutalizer, I think he wants to take down that Maokai really quickly because he has so much armor stacked up. But so far, Gnar's been building up slowly, just like Ryze has.
Wow. Nice little exchange there from Firefrog. Unfortunately, Orianna, so much flexibility with her aggression. With the ball being out that far, you know you're going to take a hit no matter what. She gets a stun off, stops any abilities from going up, but still takes the counterplay there with the dissonance from Orianna, which I'm super curious about, by the way. What is this Orianna maxing first here? I've seen a lot of Oriannas start to max their Q first, and that's what's... actually, we can't tell because she maxed both. But still going for the aggressive stance, of course. Only level 1 in the command shield, or command protect rather. And
oh my god, here comes the ultimate from Orianna. Alistar headbutting Wukong back. That would have been a really cool engage if Wukong did not get headbutted. Anivia incredibly low. I'm pretty sure she has her passive. Looks like they're going to turn the fight onto Maokai. Wukong is not really about this. He's a huge knockup. Anivia just in the backline. She doesn't really want to do anything right now. She's a little bit low. Wukong not doing that much damage himself either. He's not really, doesn't have a lot of items. CooliePhoenix really needs to step it up a little bit. Right now, all the engages from blue side I feel like are a little bit lackluster.
Yeah, and you can see they're trying to land the dissonance mid Wukong E. Would have been impressive with the timing not quite there. Looks like a blue buff steal going down here. Ryze is going to be walking away with this one, I assume, if he has enough mana to burst this one down. He does pick that up, starts charging his way up. Also picks up a level, so the Catalyst charging away as well, as he will go up to that top lane. Has a full finish, Rod of Ages, and you can see he is just going to be building those ramp items. Has the tier that's going to be stacking up. Rod of Ages is going to be stacking up. Everything's stacking up for this guy. But will he be able to keep up with the Gnar, who has thus far kept a pretty sizable lead over top of the Ryze? Has the same 2 assists, but has a pretty solid lead in terms of CS. Gnar also pushing forward there. Building very tanky for himself right now. And it looks like, it's a little bit odd, but it does look like he's going to be going for a Warmogs or a Frozen Mallet. Or the, what do they call that thing, the big one? Is it Frozen Mallet?
I think so. Is it the hammer that slows people down a little bit?
It's a frozen hammer, so we're just going to call it Frozen Mallet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't play League. Thank you.
I think he's building into a Spear Visage, actually. That Ruby Crystal is going to turn into a Kindle Gem, which is going to turn into a Spear Visage. He's going to have a nice flowy cape when he gets big, and he's just going to hopefully carry all these birds, all these animals on his team. Got a monkey, got a human, got a bird.
He's got a rat.
He's going to carry his zoo with his big flowy cape.
Got a mustachio. Yeah. So I get the theme now. See,
yeah,
we thought it was the Frozen theme.
Yeah, now we have an animalistic theme a little bit. Unfortunately, Nightmare's on the other team. He's going to be providing quite a bit of... He's going to be putting a lot of fear into blue side because his engages are on point. All the dance lessons he's been taking has really helped him out in the fights. Looks like a huge ultimate from Orianna is going to come out. Flash from Maokai. He just walks right by Braum, the maximum disrespect possible. Bork used onto Maokai, going to slow down his speed. Flash from... holy moly, great stun from Anivia. That was a great ultimate for Orianna to set up that kill onto Braum. We're going to take a look at that again.
Yeah, great fight, and that's a sign of good teamwork, man, when you can just chase the enemy team down. Unreal shockwave, followed up by Lucian with the culling there. He got stumbled on the turret there, unfortunately, so he's not going to be in a great position to chase. He jukes back. I don't like that juke back. I think it's all about Lucian here. He doesn't catch up to the enemy team. You can see he's trying to. He's going to slide forward here in a second. There we go. But it's just not enough. Flashing forward from the Twitch, flashing forward from the Wukong. really everybody just having to burn summoners, but at the very least, I think Lucian was kind of my letdown there. He stumbled on that turret, and he wasn't able to move into a more aggressive stance. Great fight, though, overall for the purple side. They're going to walk away now with a 4,000 gold lead. And Rise, you can see, man, he's just doing the tango with Demonic Hiruma up here, trying to get some damage off. And there we go. It gets the lockdown. Let's see the exchange. As, like I called it, there's the passive. Wow.
Alistar coming up to the top to help out with the fight, though. But great damage from Gnar. I didn't expect that much damage to come out. Even though he's building completely just tanky, it's a huge front line. I thought Rise was going to win that engage because he had all the damage. But great. I guess the ultimate is what really sold it for Gnar. If he was a little baby Gnar, he wouldn't have done as much damage.
Yeah. And that's what it's all about. And actually, was it his? Yeah, it was the
W.
It was, yeah. He did pull that one out. And that's what I was saying earlier, though, man. In Champ Select is like this top lane is going to play out really well for the Rise unless Gnar can turn things around when his ultimate's ready, and that's exactly what he did there. Really great exchange, but we've got a big tense moment happening here. Orianna going to pinch out this Braum.
Does manage to flash over the wall, going to make it out safely. I did want to talk a little bit about that fight in the mid lane for a brief second. Wukong had his ult, and Twitch had popped his ult. If they had turned around on that Anivia stun, they may have came out with a kill. I know it's a little bit risky, but Wukong did have his ult, and Twitch already had his ult enabled. So it could have been a really cool fight to see, but nonetheless, they did back off, and Braum did fall to the Orianna, to the Maokai rather.
Really good play overall, and I gotta say, everybody's kind of lining things up here, but with so many flashes down, I mean, that's another one on Braum. Wukong, actually, I thought he flashed, but he just popped his W. Silly stuff there, Frank. But they're gonna walk away.
I guess you could say he decoyed you.
Oh, wow. All right, just getting abused here. All right. Fire Frog, though, you can see why Anivia needs to build so much mana. Mana hasn't finished the Athenes, does have a Rod of Ages. Kind of would have preferred to see the Athenes be finished first. I know Rod does stack over time, and you get the math there. You understand why she's going that way. I just think when team fights go down, she's just not going to have the mana sustain. You can see she's set the back here. This is now going to be a 5v4 position. Twitch with no flash. He needs to stealth out of there, and he does so. He gets away. Moment there, though, I thought Twitch and Braum, they were in really bad spots, neither of them having flash.
I think I'm having a little bit of whiplash. It's just going back and forth from top lane to blue buff. But it does look like Maokai's going to engage here. He's all alone. Rise kind of backed up here. Huge ultimate from Orianna. Wukong in the back line. They're going to fight Rise off to the side. Tons of damage from Twitch. Gnar all by himself. 3v1. What a huge guy. He turned into baby Gnar and did manage to fall. Twitch is going to continue the fight. He's huge right now. He's doing tons of damage. Expunge going on to Alistar. A little bit of auto attack, rather. Sorry. Wow. They're going to continue the chase onto Rise. Huge. Twitch is massive right now. Oh my god. He's going to continue the chase as well.
Wow. Fire Frog, though, trying to find. He gets the wall off. There's the stun. And he does land it.
Oh my god.
Oh no, Braum. What are you doing? He gets himself in line here. It's so crazy. The chase is on. She's not going to.
Turn into the egg. Shut down on Braum. You don't touch my eggs.
And the dog's eating away at the egg. Wow. All right, let's take a look at the replay here. This fight was wild. Maokai starting things out exactly right. There's the knock-up on 3 of them. Alistar with a bigger knock-up. Orianna, the overlay, perfectly done with the CC. You've got the Lucian culling in the back, but the culling only landing onto the Gnar there. Exactly what he needs to do. Braum as well pops the shield onto Gnar, allows him to get in the background, and the superstar of this one was the Gnar, tanking everything up there. Anivia deals a lot of damage, but more so, you called it exactly right. These tight corridors with the spray and pray, you're guaranteed gonna hit at least 2 champions with that. Knocks him down. Orianna with the kill turnaround, and of course she's going to get chased out here. It just went the wrong way, but Twitch with the speed up on the cloak as well would have chased her down. Crazy stuff there. Beautiful fight. And Twitch, we got to look at their damage charts after this one because I'm pretty sure we're going to see a huge spike right around that 27-minute mark.
Absolutely. I think that fight went completely in favor of blue side. Maokai just went a little bit too balls deep. I think that his team was Rise was separated too. Rise had to flash out, did 0 damage. Completely. It's stun after stun after stun, but Anivia accused a minion.
Uh-oh. Lucian gets caught out here. There's the Q being landed. Trying to pop that. Nice work. Nice
to work.
decoy.
Nice.
Sticks the decoy in the way.
Great.
It looks like he thought about it like a half a second later. He was like, man, this is going to be... I can put my W and it'll block the culling.
Like he just had a moment of realization. Like he just realized. And the Lucian just chilling. He was just chilling. He was just on a park bench with his 2 guns, just sitting back, trying to get that Wukong. But what do you? I think that right now, I call this the League Limbo.
Okay.
We're gonna be in a moment of silence for about like 2 minutes, because both teams are just. Should we group mid? Should we split? They don't really know what to do right now. Teleport is up for both top laners, so there could be some splitting. But I think they're gonna group around Dragon because it is gonna be up in about 5 seconds.
I thought you meant League Limbo, like the excellent party game. Like all the characters just like do a 90-degree backwards.
Who would win?
Oh, it's League Limbo time, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody get your brutalizer. We're going under.
You mean no? You could use a needlessly large rod.
There you go.
And League Limbo under
I'm
that.
pretty sure there's like 40 items that you could use for a limbo stick. Literally, there are no requirements for a good limbo stick other than it has to go from point A to point B. Maybe stretches 2 feet.
I'm pretty sure an Infinity Edge would hurt with League Limbo.
Okay,
Considering the size and the edges and how dangerous it is as an item. What if somebody dropped that mid-League Limbo?
Yeah, I guess so. Or like a Randuin's wouldn't work either.
It wouldn't, yeah. It would just be...
It's just too heavy.
It would, yeah.
I wouldn't want to win. I'd be like, I'd be out for, oh no, I fell over. I didn't even make it under.
That's why I said needlessly large rod is perfect, because it's just a piece of wood with some magical enchantments.
You know who it would fall on though? It would probably fall on a Mumu. Just bad luck. He's just at a party. Everybody's doing their thing.
Trying to make some friends.
Playing limbo like we all do in 2014, and it just falls on him. Loses the one friend he had. And then it turns into perks of being a wallflower.
Who would win in League Limbo? I'm betting on Cassiopeia. I'm
pretty sure Maokai would win because he goes underneath things.
I'm pretty sure he twisted advances over things. I think we need Tony to get a replay of a twisted advance, and we'll see. We'll see how.
All right. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Teleport coming in from Rise. Huge knockup from Braum, rather. They're going to focus their attention onto Rise. Double gap coming out. Decoy soaking up most of the damage. Here comes Twitch, spray and pray, only hitting up that Alistar. He's going to manage to get away. Anivia finishes off the kill. Lucian gets the kill onto Braum. Not really who you want. Here comes Nar. Huge knock-up. It's stunned into the wall. Double kill for Anivia. Let's go. It's time to fly. Let's get a replay.
Yeah, we got that replay coming. Massive triple kill from Anivia. Let's take a peek at this one. Things start off, and I gotta say, the Anivia wall, ridiculous in this one. Headbutt pulverize onto a Braum. I don't think so. Wukong steps in. He says, not this time, brother. Nice flash-ish from Orianna. I think she wanted to go over the wall, but in fact goes closer to the enemy team. Huge pop-up from Alistar. But that wall, a little bit too strong. Zones out the Rise. Kind of allows him to get away, but at the end of the day, this Gnar jumping forward, gets the slow off, or the stun off, and then the re-stun into the wall. My God, just way too big here. And the way things play out, just the damage being done from the back line. And all of that came down to that headbutt pulverize, man. It just, you don't do that against the tankiest guy on the team. And as we saw, Twisted Advance actually went on the ground, under the ground. At least a layer of grass, I'd say.
Yeah, Maokai was not in that fight.
So what?
So we will see.
He did it to the blue buff.
It's only a matter of time before we see a Twisted Advance. You don't advance through the soil. You advance above the ground. What do soldiers do in the military? They advance above the ground.
Think of Zyra's E. That's how I picture it.
But that's grasping roots. It has the word roots in it, which means it goes through the soil.
He's a tree. All right.
But his saplings go through the air.
You know what? Let's settle this. I think, how many viewers we got? At least 2? That's good enough for a democracy. 25? Let's put it to a vote. Hashtag Simo, if you think he's above ground when he twisted advance. Hashtag Frank, if you think he goes underground.
All right, we're about to see. This is the moment of truth. This team fight here will decide the nightmare that we are having.
Jesus. I didn't realize you could make so many jokes about a single dude's name. Wow. Absolutely nuts.
The pun highlight reel.
It's not even a pun. The guy's name is Nightmare. A pun would be something. I guess it kind of is. I don't know. What's the definition? All right, in chat, let's decide what's the definition of
a pun.
What's the meaning of life is going to be the question at the end of this game.
All right.
Uh-oh, slow but
I'm waiting for that twisted advance.
Here we go.
Twisted advance.
Nope.
He gets stunned. Huge fight going on. He's still knocked up. He's going to twisted advance. We didn't really see what happened there. Rise is going to get the kill onto Twitch in the back line. Great job. They're going to focus all their damage onto Gnar. He gets huge. Doesn't use his ultimate yet, or I think he used it rather in the beginning of the fight. Huge damage coming out from Rise. The Frozen Heart going great into play as he dueled. Wukong taking a stroll in the park. Doesn't really want to be a part of this debate as to whether Twisted Advance is actually above or below ground. But great fight from purple side.
Collecting herbs for his own tea up in that red side jungle. Let's take a look at the replay, and this, ladies and gentlemen, will decide, did Riot make the graphics easy enough for us to tell? I really, really doubt it. Replay coming in, Baron attempt going down. Wukong, though, actually stepping into the side here. Let's not take a look at the replay yet because Wukong is ready to go. He might jump into this one. He gets locked up, though, by the Rise. Let's see how this one plays out.
Oh my god, smite from Maokai. He's going to Twisted Advance above the ground. Wow. Huge ultimate coming out from Orianna. Maokai gets the kill onto Wukong. He gets the double kill onto Braum. Double kill plus Baron equals a very fun nightmare.
Let's take a look at the...
I lost it.
Yeah, all right, we lost it. That's okay, though. That's okay. I don't know how you lose a replay, but... whatever. All right.
It does look like a Twisted Advance.
Okay.
Was above the ground. I don't know. I didn't get to see clearly. I didn't get to see the full picture, but I did see some leaves above the ground, whisking in the wind towards the enemy.
It's because he's rustling the leaves that are on the ground. It's,
So
it's October.
Well, I mean, in Summoner's Rift, it seems to always be spring. It's always spring. The flowers are not yet completely bloomed.
That's true, actually. You know what? I got some friends that live in California, and they said one of the things that they hate is that the seasons never change. That, like, what do you think it's like for these champions? Like, it's got to drive them nuts.
Well, Braum is shirtless, so I think he's okay.
Yeah,
and he's kind of cool too. He's a little bit frozen. He keeps cool. Every time he something goes a little bit wrong, he tries to cool himself off with a huge knockup.
Or Willem, the Yeti, he's got to be pissed.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And what about Brand? That's not cool for him. He's on top of already being on fire. He's getting a little bit more.
It's toasty.
He's toasty, yeah.
All right. I'm through with this. Okay, so Baron buff now on this team. They use it to obviously they've got a nice buff going for themselves, but they translate that into a dragon. Clearly, you got to take that down. If it's on the map, if you've got Baron, it's just started out, you don't have a lot of pressure to take objectives, but as time ticks on, you got to utilize that Baron buff. You got to move forward here. Anivia does have her egg online, uses the wall to just block these guys out. A bit of a slow going down, and you can see the poke from a distance. Nice stuff, and the E from Anivia now outranges Twisted Advance, so he's not going to be able to move in there. Orianna takes a stun. I thought they would have jumped on that one. Twitch, though, in the bottom lane. This is really odd. He's going to be pushing into an inhibitor. I don't know why he's hitting creeps when the inhibitor is exposed. He should just be up there. He knows his team's not going to be able to hold on. Here we go with the fight.
They're going to try to engage onto Braum. I'm not exactly sure why. They're using all of their spells onto Braum. Only ultimate onto Braum. Wukong comes in. Hey, what's up? Let's party. Here comes Gnar. Let's push you into the turret. Gets the kill onto Maokai. They're going to continue the chase onto... close on Orianna there. They're still continuing the fight. Great fight despite Twitch splitting in the bot lane. Double gap coming out as Hope Wukong can get out here. He gets the kill. They're going to continue the chase. I'm not exactly sure why. Teleport coming out into the top, or recall rather. And Twitch, I think, gets the inhibitor. So what do you think about if that was worth or not?
Oh, for sure that was worth for blue side. They end up turning that one into an inhibitor for just the turret. I would take that any day. Lucian's still pushing in mid lane, though. Let's take a look at a play as an egg. It might be getting cooked off to the side here, but really decent engage here. Twisted Advance. It gets the knock up. He's got the ultimate ticking for himself, and like you said, the Orion ultimate only on one character, but Gnar, an absolute superstar here, lines up that ultimate, gets huge, and like you said, huge plays as well, as he will knock the enemy team back here, gets a 3-man stun into partially into the Anivia wall there. Alistar landing into the Anivia wall. Wukong almost dying there, ends up dying later on in the fight, but Gnar, I gotta say, what an absolute boss. Gets in there, tanks things up, and Lucian, with the culling, that's how he picks up the kill at the end of the day. Trying to chase down the Alistar, not the best attempt here, as they will get fired back on by Oriana, and Anivia gets her egg popped as well.
While we were watching that, it does look like Lucian and Twitch both died at the same time, so they probably killed each other in a little bit of a scuffle. I wasn't exactly paying attention, but
we call that the Shakespeare.
Shakespeare?
The Romeo Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, you kill each other. Right? Is that not clever? I made that up like a month ago.
Thumbs up from Tony. I don't know if that's a replay or if that was an acceptance of the Romeo and Juliet reference, but we're gonna have another replay here, possibly of the Twitch going down to Lucian.
Okay.
Or not exactly sure what's going on. Oh, it's completely two different worlds. Lucian being chased down by the Gnar.
The Capulet.
And here's a Montague about to Twitch going invisible. I'm not exactly sure where he's gonna go. They're just surrounding him there. I'm going to take a look, and he just gets pulverized, literally, to say the least, into the ground.
All right. You know, there's certain kill animations that I think are hilarious, and I think the funniest one is the Alistar pulverize. Just if you get a kill with a pulverize and they don't pop up, they literally just, he slams his 2 giant purple cow fists onto the champion, and then they just drop. Because that's, if this were real life, if this were real physics, imagine this thing just comes into the front door, into your house, and just pounds on the ground. First of all, if it was Tony's house, that'd be like 20 grand worth of damage, because damn, his place is nice. But he would die too. Like, it would just be instant death. That's the way it should be.
I think that Alistar is that kid in the supermarket who wants the chocolate bar, but he's not getting it, and he's just pulverizing and headbutting everyone.
Years and years of torment. His parents telling him no.
Oh man, that's rich. I think that's his new lore. Growing up, Alistar did not get everything that he wanted.
New skin, spoiled brat Alistar. All right, right, please. He's just wearing one of those like multicolored hats with a little spin wheel on top. And that's it.
He's got a little bit of like a sailor boy outfit or something, like shorts.
All right.
If he has Mobies, he gets on a scooter, starts riding around, has interaction with other characters.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's do this.
Gotta stay professional.
All right. Back to casting and things. So, taking a look at the item list here, we've got a full-blown Rod of Ages, a full-blown Frozen Heart, and a Seraph's Embrace with a Banshee's Veil. Unfortunately, Banshee's Veil not as good as it used to be on Rise. It used to give you mana. It built out of a catalyst. No longer does it do that. But alas, they will have an engage here happening on the Mythos, getting caught out here.
The wall, pulverized, the headbutt coming out. Huge stun by Braum. Spray and pray, Maokai in the back line. Braum, you gotta peel for him, bro. He starts to peel. Wukong Braum actually gonna fall a little bit. They're gonna back up a little bit. Gnar, what are you doing? You can still help out a little bit, and they're gonna try to escape here. Flash from Rise. They're gonna continue the chase. Here's gonna be a clear twisted advance. We're gonna see he flies above the ground. Huge ultimate from Oriana. Zanya's from Fire Frog. Huge stun by Wukong. Gnar gonna fall down from an ignite. Wukong's gonna continue the chase. Red, oh my god, Piercing Light gonna take down Wukong. They're gonna get the kill onto the frog, and it's gonna be an ace, or almost an ace for purple side.
An ace -2. It's like a queen or a jack. Not quite the ace. All right, let's see how this one all plays out, though. In-depth analysis. Nice pop-up. And now here's the problem that I noticed. Alistar does get caught, and you always want to focus that guy down, but he ults right before the Braum ultimate comes out, but they continue focus. And you can see Twitch getting zoned out here. He takes the shield from Braum, but he's focusing Maokai. He's focusing Alistar. The 2 tanks. Meanwhile, the rest of the team completely zoned out. There's that flash that you called. Rise finding exactly the target he wants. He's got a lot of items, and then they loop back right at the wrong time. There's Anivia and Gnar getting caught out there. Mythos, though, goes super low, and Braum and Alistar went extremely low, played that so well, found their way to flash away from the fight exactly when they needed to. Alistar rather, does go down, but a great turnaround there. Orianna running, but casting abilities the whole way through. Nice shot down onto the egg as well. Great play from red side, and this is what I love about solo queue tournaments, is they come in not even knowing each other, but that team fight was executed at least at a platinum to diamond level team fight.
Absolutely. I do want to point out that the Braum Relic Shield on Twitch, he was at full health. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of a Fnatic going on here. The ball gonna hit his shield a little bit. They're gonna focus their damage onto, I'm not exactly sure who was in the middle there. Wukong gonna use his ultimate. Gnar getting Q. She's gonna get a 3-man stun. Maokai in the backline. They're gonna focus their damage onto Twitch. He tries to invisibility, try to get out of there. CooliePhoenix really low. Flash from Lucian. They're gonna get another huge team fight in their favor. Lucian still continuing the chase. Pierced it. Oh my god, so close. Rise gonna chase the Spellfuck's not gonna be doing anything. Running away. Gnar. That was beautiful.
Wow. Okay, so Rise actually, with his ultimate, he has greater move speed, so I don't know why he didn't just continue to chase and try to land the Q or the W, but he fired his E at a minion and just crossed his fingers that it would bounce to like all the way up the line and hit the Gnar. I don't think that would have done enough damage regardless. We're going to see a replay of that team fight, though. Really crazy fight. And this right here pisses me off the most. Orianna, way too impatient, throws the ball out, and the rest of his team was like, God damn it, Leroy. So they've jumped forward, twisted advance off to the right side. Orianna continues to move to the left side, though, and you can see she's not as effective as she can be, but this is the big turn here. Wukong did not make it to the back line. Orianna almost gets hit by the ultimate, but not quite enough. Lucian, full damage from the culling. Team fight happening exactly as Red wants it to. Right in that brush. Rest of the team zoned out. Wukong extremely low. Can't get back in there. But Twitch, I gotta say, he could have turned around and done a little bit more damage here. Didn't opt to do so. Allows the Maokai to live, and they will move forward. But Gnar, you crazy guy. And, oh, I wanted to see Rise fail a little bit there, but that's okay.
15k gold lead for purple side. Huge. Look at Rise. Look how huge he is in comparison to Gnar. I know Gnar is making plays, but look how much money Rise has saved up with his investment banking.
15,000. That's about as much more that Tony pays for his rent than I do. Tony, an absolute baller. For those of you who don't know, ask him for lunch someday. I guarantee he will abide to your request. Great guy. Dinner too.
Dinner and a movie, or should I say LCS stream.
He'll buy the movie. He'll rent the movie theater to allow you to watch the World Finals, but we've got a fight coming out here on one.
Lots of damage onto Braum. It looks like they're gonna a huge turnaround onto Braum. Oh my god, Twitch getting completely melted by the Orianna. She gets to the back lane. They're gonna get a huge pulverize onto Wukong. This looks like game. Team fight after team fight after team fight. Purple team has the superior E-Harmony connections.
Yes, they do. Linking things up quite well. Now Alistar with the headbutt pulverize combination onto Gnar. Gonna be enough damage there, and he's just tanking those turrets. Just doesn't care, just bathing in it. And they will continue to push forward here. But I gotta say, Orianna, god damn, did she find that back line very, very easily. I think, honestly, just too easily. She found her way in the back, blasted down two characters. Rise, speaking of blasting down, headbutt pulverize, almost ends up giving Anivia her salvation. Healing in the egg, not going to be enough. Egg gets cooked, and we will have a Nexus going down here. 66.8 to 87.0, the final gold count here. Wild game, and I got to say, that's only game one of this best of three. That's game one.
That's game one.
Testing the viewers left, right, and center. And like we were talking about, though, before we were so rudely interrupted by the actual gameplay, Tony has rented out with his crazy... I don't know how he has enough left at the end of the month, but he
Two theaters in 2 months.
Yeah. What a baller. There is going to be a viewing event, though, and it's coming to you October 19th, 3 a.m. You better be there. Get there early because we're going to do some fun stuff as well. And it's being brought to you by the main organizations. Actually, are going to be UTLA. It's the school, University of Toronto, League of Legends Allegiance, whatever it is. ESC, Esports Canada, TLC, the Toronto League of Legends Commune, are the three main ones. Ryerson, York. Yeah, that's it.
Lots of collaborations. I think this will be the biggest event of the year.
But it won't be if you don't show up.
Absolutely. If you don't show up,
fuck you.
You're not invited to our parties anymore.
All right, we're gonna go into the next one. It's not game 2. Well, let's wrap it up. We're gonna take a break. GG.